Forget everything you think you know about hedge funds. The entire scene you're playing in, the battlefield where your money fights for growth and survival, is jam-packed with noise. Gurus shouting, hot takes spinning, crowded trades that run till they crash. But here's the brutal truth. Most strategies everyone raves about are little more than recycled ideas, buzzwords hiding mediocre performance beneath shiny packaging. You and your capital? Trapped in a slow-motion disaster. The pain of underperforming, the frustration when the market moves and your portfolio barely blinks. That gnaws deep, doesn't it? Watching others pull ahead as your gains tread water, or worse, disappear. Feeling like no matter how much you study, how many charts you analyze, the edge you crave never quite comes. A crushing loop of hope and disappointment. That ache, it's real. And it's the quiet epidemic for anyone serious about dominating the game. But what if the answer isn't in the obvious, the popular, the overhyped? What if the secret weapon that can shatter your ceiling is buried somewhere obscure, overlooked by the masses? Imagine a hedge fund strategy so different, so fundamentally alien to conventional wisdom that it defies the noise. It doesn't chase trends. It isn't tethered to the usual suspect assets. Instead, it sneaks through cracks others don't even see exist, exploiting inefficiencies so subtle, so counterintuitive, many would laugh it off as irrelevant. Yet this obscure approach has, time and again, outperformed everything you thought was untouchable. Confounding the crowd, crushing benchmarks, bringing the kind of returns that sting those still tangled in classic playbooks. Now this isn't just some tale, it's a wake-up call. You know the pain of played-out strategies, long-winded stories about diversification that really mean diluted gains, formulas that don't factor shifting realities, or models built on fragile assumptions that crack the moment volatility spikes. They all pretend to offer safety, but what they deliver is mediocre, second-rate performance masked as stability. So, what makes this strategy different? It's built around one core principle, adaptability, not just in the sense of reacting after the fact, but anticipating, transforming, and thriving in chaos. This isn't about following the herd or copying the headline grabbers. It's about stepping to the very edge and playing a game that others see as too small, too messy, or too risky, and turning that into your greatest advantage. A world where complexity and uncertainty are not enemies but allies, where hidden inefficiencies become gold mines, and where the real alpha lies beyond the glare of the spotlight. This approach combines deep, relentless research with cutting-edge quantitative methods, but unlike fancy algorithms that blindly chase data, it respects the volatility, the irrational moments, and the structural quirks of the market. It's a strategy that thrives when others panic, where volatility isn't a monster, but fuel. Imagine setting your portfolio free, no longer bound by rigid asset classes, trading cycles, or static positions. Picture a fluid operation, blending diverse tactics across market segments, capable of switching gears instantly, surviving in downturns with shock-absorbing resilience, and exposing asymmetries that produce outsized gains. But it's not just the mechanics that make this strategy stand out, it's the mindset. It demands a refusal to accept conventional wisdom as gospel. It requires questioning every assumption you hold about risk, value, and growth. The kind of radical thinking that shatters your old mental models and replaces them with a dynamic framework where change isn't a threat, it's an opportunity. This is a strategy for those who are done with complacency, those tired of playing defense, those ready to reclaim control and seize real performance. Imagine turning pain into power. No more shrugging your shoulders at missed chances or comforting yourself with average returns. This is about flipping the script entirely, embracing the turbulence instead of fearing it, exploding traditional boundaries with a fearless eye on the horizon. And yes, there is risk, always is, but this is calculated risk, born from understanding, not blind leaps, but a choreography of moves designed to keep you several steps ahead. the kind of strategy where patience isn't a virtue. It's the weapon that lets you capitalize on the unfolding rise while others are still tangled in yesterday's mistakes. It demands ruthless discipline and absolute clarity about what to hold, when to pivot, and how to harness volatility as an ally, not an enemy. For the professional still haunted by the crushing mediocrity of conventional funds, for the investor who's seen brilliant ideas crushed by systems that reward the comfortable over the bold, this strategy presents a path out. It offers a new phase of portfolio management, autonomous, adaptive, untethered, a place where the rare talent and rare insight become compounding forces, where connection and collaboration among the exceptional lead to synergy unseen before. It's a rebellion against the cookie-cutter approach, against those who preach equality but build structures that reward mediocrity and punish brilliance. You don't need another round of recycled wisdom. You're beyond that. This is about rediscovering your power to redefine what's possible, about aligning with tactics that actually match the market's shifting tectonics rather than pretending they don't exist, ones that amplify your gains when the storm hits and preserve capital when chaos reigns. And in doing so, this strategy ignites something bigger, not just better returns, but a radical reshaping of what hedge fund investing can be. It's about freedom, not just freedom from bad investments, but freedom from the mindset and systems that tell you where to focus, how to think, and what risks to take. This is your moment to step outside those invisible chains and command an approach born on the edges where innovation thrives and the mediocre fear to tread. You might feel isolated, misunderstood by peers stuck in vain traditions, or overwhelmed by an information flood that paralyzes rather than empowers. That feeling? It's a signal, a sign that the old ways aren't serving the greatness inside you or your capital. This strategy is the path back to alignment, where brilliance meets execution, where insight becomes impact, and where what's unseen becomes your competitive edge. The market rewards the exceptional. It rewards those who see not what everyone else does, but what's hidden beneath noise and illusion. Here's the catch: most don't dare look there. They cling to comfort, rules, status quo, but you're not most. You burn for more, for better, for a future remade on your terms. So how to embrace this? Start by shedding the illusion of safety and sameness. Invest time not just in data, but in understanding the subtle signals markets whisper when nobody else listens. Combine qualitative insights with quantitative precision, never settling, always questioning. Build a network not just of information, but of powerful connections. Peers who challenge you, strategies that complement you, approaches flexible enough to survive shifts you can't predict, yet sharp enough to exploit them when they explode. Remember, this isn't a play for quick wins or flashy headlines. It's a long game, patient yet relentless. It's about cultivating resilience and agility so profound that even when chaos reigns supreme, your capital doesn't flinch. It grows. And that growth? It becomes unstoppable because it's rooted in a foundation no one else sees, a system born on the fringes where the future is forged. You're not here to be a spectator to mediocrity. You're here to disrupt it, to rewrite the rules by mastering the secret corridors where true alpha hides. This obscure hedge fund strategy is not just another option on the menu. It's the next era unfolding beneath the surface, waiting for bold minds ready to grasp it. Step into that space. Let the frustration fuel your hunger, the pain sharpen your focus, and the doubt forge your discipline. Embrace the strategy the market forgot while the world slept on sameness. Because when you do, it's not just about outperforming everything. It's about owning your freedom, reclaiming your power, and rising beyond the limits you once thought unbreakable. Watch closely, lean in. This is where your pain ends and your dominance begins. This is the hidden edge few will ever understand, but every serious player will crave. This is the strategy that can change everything. And it's waiting for those who dare to reach.